Vivo, like every year, has launched two V series smartphones recently. The Vivo V15 Pro that most of us might know about, and the Vivo V15, which is a slightly toned down version. There are subtle differences among the two devices, but the Vivo V15 does not miss out on the pop-up selfie camera. Anyways, I have been using the Vivo V15 for almost 2 days now, and here is a quick look and my hands-on experience of the device. The box, as you can see, has modest packaging. Quickly running through the belongings of it, you see a paper box with a case and some paperwork inside. Down below, you see the phone itself. Digging deeper, you will get to the charging brick with 18-watt fast charging, the cable, and earphones. Okay, let's start with the massive 6.5-inch screen. It's not an AMOLED panel like the Pro model, but this IPS screen, as you can see here, is good. It is bright and colorful, and you cannot help but notice that there is no notch. At the top, the bezel is near to none, but the chin looks slightly thicker. However, with such near bezel-less design, the phone has also lost space for an LED notification light, which is not a huge bummer, but I have a feeling that the phones in the upcoming generations are not going to have it as well. There is no in-display fingerprint scanner here, which means that the phone has got a rear-mounted fingerprint scanner. Despite all that, I have quite liked the display, especially the part where I got to play PUBG and watch videos on the large screen. It is quite an experience. Design-wise, the V15 looks similar to the Pro model, except it is tad thicker and heavier. Like with all the V series phones, you get a plastic body here. When you feel it, it neither feels cheap nor looks cheap because the material is really different. Vivo has tried to make the design as minimalistic as possible, but the cameras at the back surely look differently placed. It's enclosed inside a black border, which looks much safer. But it creates a bump whenever you place it on a flat surface, even with the cover on. And I think Vivo needs to bring glass body and metal frames in their upcoming devices because Huawei and other brands are bringing more premium glass backs in the same price bracket. Talking about the cover you get inside the box, it's not a regular silicone cover. It's hard plastic with black borders, and it's very difficult to put it on or even remove it. But this one is definitely much safer and costlier than a silicone case. But one thing is that with the cover on, it takes a little more force to press the power and volume buttons. Not a huge deal though, just putting it out there. Back to talking about the design, you see a Vivo branding down below and a fingerprint sensor above it, which is fast as it was in the previous generations. While we're at unlocking, facial unlock is not there in my region, and I checked keeping other regions and concluded that it's not there in the device after all. Talking about the aesthetics, the top has the infamous selfie camera slot or space, I don't know what to call it. Anyways, that's there, and below you have the micro USB port, a headphone jack, and a single speaker grill. Which brings me to the speakers. When Vivo markets itself saying camera and music, I think it needs to improve on the music front because the speakers at the bottom are just average. I mean, they do not get distorted at highest volumes, but in the coming generations, I just want it to be a little louder. The 32-megapixel pop-up selfie camera is the company's feature focus and is a big marketing gimmick. But to be honest, I think people will fall for it. Even I did. I took a lot of selfies from this device just so the selfie camera would pop up. I know that sounds crazy, but it's fun. And Vivo has assured that the camera can take up to 300,000 pop-ups, which means that it's going to be durable. But I cannot say that right now because I've not tested it, and I will be using this device as my primary for months to come, so what happens, I will tell you then. Coming to the quality of selfies, it's good, but it looks beautified. I mean, you look fair and cute in images, which many people might like, but it might not be for everyone. And interestingly, it has Photoshop features like, just look at this, you can make your nose pointed and your eyes bigger and cheeks slimmer and whatnot. This is me with all the adjustments. Tell me if you like it in the comments below. Similarly, it's got a portrait feature, different portrait features in fact, which I have liked. Nighttime selfies also do look good, but I have not had many chances to click a lot of nighttime or even daytime selfies, so I will leave that for the full review. Moving on, it has a triple camera setup at the back, a primary 12 megapixel lens, a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, followed by a 5 megapixel depth sensor. The wide angle photos pack in good details and colors look good too. The primary camera takes good shots as well, detailing is fine and so is the saturation and contrast. The depth sensing for portrait images are okay too. I like the portrait options being given by Vivo. I will have to do some more tests to tell you how the cameras are, so stay tuned. The phone packs in the Helio P70 chipset, which is an upgrade over last year's Helio P60, and I must say that the functioning is smooth and swift till now. PUBG was playable in medium settings in HD, and the full view experience makes gaming a lot more fun. I've had a lot of chicken dinners in these 2 days and I am very satisfied with the gaming performance, to say at the least. It packs in a total of 6GB RAM and the variant I have has 64GB storage, out of which 50GB was at disposal for me. I am not the kind of person who would store a lot of music or pictures in their phones. The storage is enough for me. Plus, if needed, you can expand it via a microSD card, so that's okay. Software-wise, you get Android 9 Pie with FunTouch OS 9.0. I have been complaining about the upward swiping taskbar for a couple of years now. It would be really fun if Vivo listens to me. But I was surprised to find a search option in the settings menu, meaning Vivo is not completely ignoring reviewers after all. Next time, you might even see the taskbar where it should be, I guess. There's also a dedicated button for Google Assistant here that is on the right, which made me remember Samsung's Bixby, but the difference is I use Google. Nonetheless, I have mistaken it for the power button many times, so you will have to get used to it. There's also quite a few bloatware I saw, among which Vivo's proprietary apps cannot be uninstalled. As I said earlier, you get 50GB for usage and the others are taken up by some useful and some unuseful stuff. The battery numbers seem quite impressive. There's a 4000 mAh battery on board supported by 18-watt quick charging. And the good news is that you get the fast charger inside the box. And talking about endurance, the battery quite impresses. There was full charge when I got this phone and it lasted for an entire day with my gaming and video playback and all the social media, calling and texting as well. So the battery certainly looks promising. So till now the device looks pretty decent. But one thing is that the selling point of all Vivo phones is supposed to be the cameras, but this one actually impresses on the performance and battery front. I know I've not had enough time with this to judge right away, but I think this one might just deliver what it promises, except in the music department. So that's all for now. Do subscribe to our channel for the full review. Till then, I am Pratima Adhikari and thank you for watching.